Good morning, everyone. Mike Fiebernitz's Remax Southern Shores coming to you for another Fiebernitz Friday, where we throw Casual Friday out the window and still ending the week on a high note, wearing the three-piece suit, vest, tie, and the customary pocket square. So let's go ahead and jump into this week's market mashup. I'm going to give you these numbers and then this week's topic, which is an update for the end of the month. So real quick, all you condo owners, you're up 0.3% this past week. Brings you up for the year 0.5% compared to last year's average sales price. Residential market, no change this past week, but you're still up 0.4% this week compared to last year's average sales price. Land market, little rough. This past week, you are down 0.8%, which brings you to even, zero. You're not up, you're not down, so that's kind of good news. So we got probably another 3 weeks before we really start funneling down into a more average number. So this week's topic, which I always like to do at the end of every single month, it is the end of month market update for January 2024. So at the end of every month, the MLS will provide us an updated market stat for the entire month of January. And like I always have done in the past, I'm going to give you probably the most 4 important stats to you, so that way you can understand what's happening in the market. So we're going to touch on closed sales at the end of the month, new listings, average sales price, and then pending sales. Now, I'm going to start with the worst, and we're going to end with the best. So these numbers are not going to be all that great, but we're going to end on a good note, I promise. First one, closed sales decreased. All right. Now, for a 5th consecutive month, closed sales have decreased to 596 for January, which is the lowest number of closed sales in the last 8 years since January of 2016. Yes, you heard that correctly. It is the lowest amount of closed sales that took place since January of 2016, 8 years ago. Okay. Now, here's the thing. The fourth quarter of 2023 was really rough for pendings. So that is why not many closed sales happened in January, because any closed sales are pendings from the previous 2 months. So our fourth quarter was a little rough. So that's why we don't have many closed sales. Not a big deal. Okay, let's move on. 2, new listings increased. All right, so anytime we're thinking about, selling, the last thing we want to do is for inventory to increase, because that creates more competition. Now, after the new year, we always have a significant increase in new properties for sale that come on the market. And historically, that average increase is around 30%, right? Holidays are gone. The new year's gone. We're not thinking about presents, food, travel, holiday, anything like that. So in January, everyone starts thinking about putting their property on the market. So we see a big influx of properties, around 30%. This year, it jumped to 62% of new properties compared to the average historically. Now, here's what I'm going to say about that. Sellers are anticipating a great year to sell. So remember what I said a couple months ago. If everyone around you are running in the opposite direction of you, maybe you should follow suit and follow that group of people, because they probably know something. Okay, so it looks like everyone's jumping on the market to sell their property in anticipation for this year. Third stat, average sales price increased. So this is great news for everyone out there. Now, it just didn't increase, it jumped. I mean, jumped. Now, the average increase each month is about a third of a point, 0.3%, right? That's the average. In January, the market, just in January, the market increased almost 9%. So you got an average monthly increase of 0.3%. And in January alone, the closed sales increased the entire market average sales price 9%. That is a huge, huge jump. Okay. Now, this is going to help increase the value of your property with this huge increase of the sales price. But also, if you're looking to sell, this is even more beneficial to you because now we could use these closings in January with this 9% increase to help price your property at a possible higher price. Now, told you I was going to end on some good news. So the average sales price, great news. I got even better news. Fourth and final stat, pending sales increase. So the number of properties that went under contract jumped from 552 last month to 976 this month. That is an increase of 77%. That is a ridiculous jump for the number of properties going under contract. This means buyers are in town buying property in January in the cold. Remember when I said for years on these videos, there is no selling season. You know, 1 month is not better than the other. The entire year, properties sell in this market. Plus, that goes to show you the buyers are coming back. So if you're ready to sell, I think you need to reach out to your agent, me, and let's have a conversation because it is about to happen. Folks, that's all I got this week. Have a wonderful weekend. If there's anything I could help you with, drop me a comment down below. Love to hear from you. Also, if you've got a topic you'd like me to cover, drop it in the comment below. Also, hit the share button, subscribe button, all that good stuff. Let me know how I can help you out. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll see. Oh, Super Bowl Sunday. My Lions. I don't have a dog in the fight, so let's go 49ers. They need the win. So go 49ers. Have a great Super Bowl Sunday. See you guys next Friday for the next Fiebernuts Friday. Have a good one.